Fnatic.
With the Tracer. Gosh, that was like 3 weeks ago. That was a surprise, and it was on a game fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Gosh, let's go into it here. Sky Temple will be the battleground.
Yeah, what was that? Game 5 against Leftovers, or was it Liquid? I think it was Leftovers, right? Yeah, it was a 3-0 against Liquid, so it must have been the Leftover series.
Yeah.
There's the Abathur ban right away, not even waiting around here. No monkey business this time. You might get the Samuro, you're not going to get Samuro and Abathur.
Monkeys will ban out Valera.
Wow, you know fun.
It's kind of amazing how this battleground changes the heroes that you have to ban out just because of how the macro aspect affects gameplay.
That ban is going to be interesting now, though. Genji?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. You don't want to get that to Make, right?
Yeah. See the Genji ban.
Let's see here.
How worried are you about Samuro when Abathur's already out? Okay, Zeratul, no 1v9ing from Alex.
If needed, Shrimpy can play Genji too, and they have first pick. It's going to be Hammer. Alright, so you go back to Urel, they go straight to Genji right away. Okay.
Snap pick. No time wasted. Bam, in. I have no idea what the monkeys are going to do. Literally zero. Normally, you would now talk about Remaballer, that they're going into an early tank rotation again. You would ask, okay, who's going to be on that offlane? But Alex usually keeps his pick up very late. But then again, they have played with a couple of triple melee scenarios now too. Okay, Remaballer and Mephisto again. Fair enough. So a bit more, I say more standard, and it's mainly because the Mirror didn't pick early on here. So going very aggressively into the tank, adding Mephi once more. Mephisto was successful in game number 3, so why not try that again?
Will Mirrodin be enough to contain Genji, though? That's what I'm worried about. Genji jumping on Mephisto seems like a major pain in the rear. Tyrande and Urel comes out. Urel expected. Thought maybe we might see the Dahaka this time from Fnatic.
Yeah. Global could still be played from the monkeys. But I assume that Alex is going to try and play something that's a little bit more impactful. It always feels that Alex just wants a hero that is more mobile, that just does more work. He had the Chen, for example, that was something that he played. We had him with the Diva earlier, the Zeratul in game number 1. Whereas when you're playing Blaze or when you're playing the Haka, it's very clean cut what your job is. You're just like sitting on lane the entire day, and when you're going into the fight, you're either looking for the Burrow Tong and or isolation, or you're looking for the jet propulsion. So from Alex's perspective, I expect him to play again one hero where he feels he has more of a playmaker status within those fights. But then again, you have already Urel taken away, you have Zeratul banned out, there's no Valera for him. Do you go into a Chen here again?
Do you think about the roaming Azul again?
And I was even thinking, like, I mean, we're in Crazy Town right now. I was even thinking about something like Illidan with Hun to mirror a global to try and get that. But we've seen how tough it is to really make that happen. So kind of doubt it. We have already Blaze taken. But I can still see that they're running some kind of trippy melee with this. And then I realized that they don't have a support yet. So yeah.
So we're going to get the Blaze. Boring Alex today. That's fine though.
Junkrat.
Junkrat. Once again for Mene, and the material is actually a bit new for Fnatic.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that in a while.
I mean, it gives you great control over the boss area in particular, and Shrines to an extent as well, so it can work. Okay, getting the Uther in with the Divine Shield super set. Well, you can, again, make both arguments. A, get more of a CC train going with the Divine Storm against Genji whenever he engages in. More likely Divine Shield to keep Mephisto alive, so that's going to help them. Either way, the stun, especially after Benediction on level 16, really helps to control Genji. So it helps them to shut down Shrimpy a little bit whenever Shrimpy goes in too deep. But Fnatic is now also in a spot where they're like, again, they don't want to show anything, but at the same time they're also, okay guys, we lost the map. Doesn't matter. If we lose a second though, then it's an issue because we can't lose the series.
Yeah.
Even with all the hopes already hinging on Method, where we don't really know, okay, how can they perform against Liquid? Do they have a chance there? You still want to make sure that you did your part. So at least secure that number 3 spot without having that question. Because Leftovers are also looking at this and they're saying like, boys, if you screw up, we take number 3. That's fine. We only have to take 1 game. In the playoffs, you have to win 2. We take that trade. So Fnatic, while not wanting to show anything, and realizing that there's a little bit memeing going on the side of the Monkeys too, you still have to make sure that you win the series.
Yeah, you still have to put them down and put them down in a mercy way. Let's go ahead and get ready for game number 4 here. Fnatic is up 2-1. And the Monkeys starting to show some teeth here. Game number 3 in particular. Let's go to Sky Temple and see if it's Nazebo Mephisto. This is a winning combo for the Monkeys.
Starting to the left, we have Emena for Fnatic on Junkrat. Breeze is playing Tyrael. Shrimpy on Genji. Smexy on the support. Tyrande for him in game number 4. And Last Hope finds himself on Urel for the 3rd game in this series.
For the 2nd game in a row, Make will be on Mephisto, Rimmer on Murden, Splendor on Uther, Alex the Progi play some Blaze, and then Crosby on Nazebo. So we have a lot of protection in this composition for the Monkeys. Mephisto, ideally, shouldn't be getting picked off, and as the game continues to move towards the late game, of course, Nazebo will continue to scale up as well. So Fnatic will be looking to have a strong early game, find a couple of picks, and of course, make sure to keep that boss control with Tyrael.
Perfect Storm is a level 1 talent, so trying to get some stacks here for Remabola. We're also having this time the actual cleanse taken for Tyrande, so Celestial Attunement comes in. Makes a lot of sense against Blaze, against Uther, against Muradin, so all of a sudden you have a lot more here on that side. That's one of the main reasons why you don't go into the spell armor here.
Something I wanted to bring back up. Hang on, Genji's setting up for a gank here on the bottom. Shouldn't be able to do anything against Blaze. One thing that Fnatic has improved dramatically on is their attitude, right in the middle of a series. But with this series having a lot of weight behind it, and also not wanting to lose against the Monkeys, is there any inclination or any possibility that they could get tilted after that last 3rd game that we just saw there and maybe fall back a little behind? You think they've gotten that all nice and solved?
Yeah, I honestly don't think so. I feel like a situation where I can see them tilted after losing a game is against a competitor that is much closer in the standings, that they respect more, but where they still feel they're better. That's where I can see that. I don't really think that against Monkeys they have any doubt that they can win any game whenever they put everything on the line here and would go all out, try hard. In the last game they made a couple of mistakes and they got punished for that, but at the same time it's also a little bit, you know, it's still a bit memey what Alex and his boys are throwing out there. So I don't think that there's a way that Fnatic is actually going to get tilted from that one loss. If we're going into a game 5, then I could see someone getting a little bit nervous, having in the back of their head this what if lose. But even there, I would say that people would just be in comms like, hey guys, let's just focus, get this over with. Yeah, in this scenario, I don't see them get tilted. I have a lot of scenarios in my head where I know exactly that Fnatic would struggle in certain points, but this isn't really one of them.
Monkey's dead. Wow, that timing from Smexy. Land on that Luna Flare, and Fnatic has actually a big push in this top lane with this early Bruiser camp. Crosby and over Splendor. Splender's not going to help too much with this player, but at least it's something.
Series like this are always weird of how you approach them. I mean, we went through all the scenarios of what you want to hide, what you want to convey to an opponent that scouts you out later. We also talked about that. But the situation in this game doesn't really change anything for the Monkeys. For the Monkeys, it doesn't change anything whatsoever. The only thing that they are really getting out of this is keeping the open division teams guessing. That's the main part for them. And also, of course, getting some practice in the HGC environment. For Fnatic, it's something where you are expected to win, you should win. Alex is falling for the 2nd time now, but this time actually he gets away. Or does he?
Nope, Shumpi's here to deliver the blow. So strike, jet propulsion, Alex.
That's a kill. Good job by Shrimpy. No, but for Fnatic, this is one of these things. You still have to win, but you're also expected to win, and at the same time, you're also in the same boat where you, for playoffs, want to hide as much as you can, play as generic as you possibly can, not trying to show too much. So, yeah, it's like, it's the end of the season. When we have games like this, sometimes it just evolves into these show games. I mean, that's why sometimes for both teams it doesn't matter anymore. You have really crazy picks coming out because both are saying, okay, this is going to be a fan service. This is us going to just pick up a couple of heroes that we normally don't see in the meta and just try to showcase those, try to get them in. I mean, you talked about the Butcher games that we had. We saw Asmodan yesterday again in North America. We had Varian with Twin Blade occasionally coming in there. Calcuzad was played yesterday too. So there's a lot of the games where, you know, the games themselves don't have an impact on the standings, so let's just give people a good time here when they're watching.
I mean, it's part of the reason why we saw Samuro yesterday, too, on Sky Temple from Wubby. Also Monkey coming in there on that sub, with Wubby being currently stuck in traffic. All right, let's go ahead and move into this. 7 has already hit here for Fnatic. They actually have a pretty substantial lead on experience. almost to level 8. Monkey's just finally hitting their level 7. These couple of kills that have trickled in from Fnatic.
I mean, look at the bot lane alone. This is actually where they are losing out on even more experience. Alex on Blaze is currently not really mirroring the experience gain, so he's losing out on a fair share of minions here as he starts to move in.
Junkrat, man.
Yeah.
If you leave him alone, he will double soak for you. He will play it safe. If you don't have any way to catch him, and there's actually not a way here for the Monkeys to catch him unless they get a bush gank going on, he will just soak all day. And Manaboo's happy with that. He's happy with winning, man. He'll do anything he can.
Now, Fnatic is currently an entire level ahead, and for level 10, of course, that's already going to be great for them. That's a really bad spot to go for a Shade. That's not quite sure what he was thinking there.
That's twice he's done it this round here. I think he's just panicked.
Okay, so the problem here is just simple. You know that Shade is coming back. If you have a Tyrande and additional stuns against you, you don't want to do that right in front of your opponent, because all they have to do is time it properly for them to get the stun in, and once that's in, you're just getting completely wrecked. I actually think he could have walked out there.
Yeah. Especially with Uther rotating over.
Yeah,
have
yeah.
one more heal.
But the second he throws that Shade out, you basically know, okay, you're dead. It's like,
you sign your own death will.
yeah. You just put yourself in a spot where you gave your opponent 3-4 more seconds to walk right next to where you're going to be back in a second.
Alex, don't fight this. Okay. So Fnatic has gotten a pretty massive lead here.
They should actually, they could even go and get boss here if they wanted to.
I'm a little worried about their boss damage. That might be what's worrying them too. They get in a poke war, make a couple mistakes, might get in trouble. But you do have Hunter Mark.
You also have Sanctification.
That's true, too.
And you have Junkrat, so they could literally make that boss play. I don't really think that they have to, though. I mean, stealing that camp away up his side is already worth a lot. It might even allow them to go for a fort.
So there's a Bruiser camp. Naka's trying to hug his fort there. He needs to be careful, though, because Genji's about to dive him with the help of Last Hope. Makes it over, gets the well. Trying to stay alive here. Maka hits a Storm Bolt. Will Last Hope be able to jump on him? He does, but the shields are not enough.
Yeah, it's not going to be enough here. That's the kill, and now the rotation down to the bot side. They want to go for structures here. They're going to contest bottom of the map as well, and Fnatic is currently all over the place. That level 10 and the 1.5 level lead is just fantastic for them. So now Splendor is starting to lose ground down here. This makes he has to be very careful since Crosby is trying to move in. But Fnatic is currently just taking everything on this map.
That fort in the top should be done. The bottom fort's low. Breeze getting stunned out, though. Low on mana. Does he have an Eldruin? Can he get out of here? Yeah, he should have enough. But here's a Riptire going straight for Splendor, and that'll be a kill.
Yeah, that's one down, and now Crosby is getting pushed back by the Guardian here, and he's eventually going to die as well. They can literally delay that kill.
Alex in the top. Finally, Crosby gets picked off. And it's one of those games. Fnatic is shutting down every attempt from the Monkeys. They're about to hit level 10. Alex Aproji gets skinned up by Schwimpy. Last Hope staying alive. Working in those heals, and he gets away.
And Schwimpy gets the second kill. He goes in, takes down Blaze, rips Mephisto apart, and the 3-man gank against Urel doesn't even successfully end because he's just simply running away with the Divine Steed. Now Schwimpy is going to see Ramaballer, saying like, nope, you don't. And yeah, he just keeps him up there. I mean, he can't kill him, but he's buying a little bit of time for the rest of the team to get the boss of the bot lane.
Yep. Straight down the boss they go. And that means it's going to be hard for an invade to happen here for Monkeys. They want to come in for the boss. They'll have to have Blaze lead the charge. Blaze has not picked his heroic yet. We have been seeing Alex play with Combustion lately, but Bunker is still one of the great pickups if you want to save a squishy target.
3-level lead and 8 and 0 kills.
Yeah, on Sky Temple, and all of the first layer of defense is down for the Monkeys. This is as bad as it gets.
Want to do over-under?
All right, I'll give you a minute. All right,
Nah.
let's go with 11:30. Over or under.
Over.
Okay.
Haymaker.
There it is.
And Divine Storm. Stuns galore.
Monkeys might just say, let's do this boss. And try to force the issue. Fnatic has two options: come over and contest, or just push out the lanes.
I was just waiting for the Divine Storm to come through. They were really trying to make sure that they somehow get that Haymaker off at a good moment in time, maybe like interrupt the jump, and that didn't really work here either. I mean, this is really a moment where Monkeys can at least try and fight something here. Schwimpy goes again onto Marker. Splendor keeps him alive. They need to be really careful. Crosby with a good Ravenous Spirit for now, but Schwimpy's still alive here in the interrupt against Nazeebo. Here comes the Divine Storm, and Breeze is in trouble. Has to pop the Sanctification, and immediately Last Hope jumps in for the armor.
Bunker used. X marks the spot. Schwimpy goes in. Not major damage popping in. Breeze will be the next target. He gets out with the Yellow Druids. Here's the Riptire chasing down Make, waiting for the shields. But Make barely survives.
Yeah, all of them. Close call there. There's a huge amount of heroes that could have died there. Breeze, for example, just barely getting out with the runes, as you mentioned, but the Bunker also really saving them there.
Now it's about Keith taking some damage. There are two temples up. No one in the middle to start grabbing that one there, so Fnatic can take their time. Set up camp on this bottom part of the battleground and make sure no one can push towards that area.
Monkeys are not going for any of the shrines now, or temples. We have now Breeze in the middle. So there's a double, plus a double camp at the bot lane. Monkeys are literally just YOLOing it right now.
They have to. I feel like it anyway. They're so
Do
far
they?
behind. High risk, high reward, Sky Temple.
I mean, at this point, you could just try and take one temple, you know, and then just wait for the 13 and fight around that. But they are losing everything right now. They have a camp at the top lane that just got defeated. The bot lane camp, I mean, that should... They lose both. That's a key, 100% keep at the bot lane.
I mean, this is Monkeys and Mo, though. They don't passively lose. They aggressively lose. They will look for kills.
No, you have a good point. I mean, they're roaming around the map with basically a 5-man.
Yep.
The exception is now... Oh, there's a divine.
Strike. He's got it. He actually went for the kill. Schwimpy, you greedy, greedy boy.
Yeah, but in this case, he was a little bit too greedy. They have a two talent advantage, though. But they're down one hero. But with a 2-talent lead, Fnatic is just saying, like, all right, let's go for it.
Make comes in, drops on the circle, gets some shields, stun for Slender.
Yeah, that shield was desperately needed, yeah.
Yeah, grenade still connecting too. Gosh, these grenades are hitting everyone. Here comes the Sentinel now. Not the damage like I missed, but we'll talk about that later. Here's the Riptire.
Oh, the double kill with it.
And Giants are on the core right now. No catapults with it, so they should get cleaned up.
25 seconds.
Yeah, that was a bit aggressive of an over-under, wasn't it?
I can't believe you went for level 30.
I thought they were going to go for a boss play. I honestly thought the Monkeys were just going to all in and say screw it.
I totally see that.
I banked on the Monkeys being Monkeys.
Yeah, when I saw the boss attempt, I was just like, okay, if they go for the boss, then it could happen. But I put my hopes in that Fnatic would back off.
Well, we'll get the muffin now.
3-level lead, but now they go for that boss play. And oh, Make. Yeah, he's so low and he gets chased. He's going to go down, isn't he? Oh, so close, but the boss is going to go down first, and that's the take. I mean, that's the moment you have to end the game, right? 11 against 1 kills, a 3-level lead, and they are going to march straight for that core. If they rotate in with that, they should be able to pull that off.
Especially with Sank.
Yeah, you have Sank as well. I mean, the Riptire's got to be up another 15.
And the words of RuPaul, don't screw it up. Fnatic pushing here on the bottom lane, heading straight on in. Breeze trying to buy some time, pull the Monkeys away so the boss is not taking any damage. Big Divine Storm does connect with the boss here with the AoE stun. Should buy some time. Sank is used early. Yeah,
Breeze was about to die, so they had to Sank it here. But they get the kill against Alex, and that's of course fantastic. Riptire comes in, bam, down goes Mephisto. And Fnatic with 13 kills, 14 kills against 1 is marching towards the core here. Trying to get even another one against Splendor. He gets more and more stun in, but Splendor now falls as well. 15 kills against 1, and that is going to be game and match as Fnatic takes Sky Temple and secures a 3-1 victory over the Monkey Menagerie.
An expected win from Fnatic. Results not fully there. I expected a 3-0 today. Monkey's able to pull 1 out, but Fnatic continuing to show why they've had such a successful Part 2 in Phase 2. That will end their Part 2 phase with a 6-1 record. This team finally landing where they thought they would be